So, if you were on the Rabbit Saviors Discord in late January, you might recall a bargain I did with Gracia where if she won a larger percentage of 20 Among Us games, that I would have to make a video about why Saguaro is best girl, but if I won a larger percentage than her, then she would need to make a video about why Tokasu is best girl. Unfortunately for the Tokasu fan club, Gracia won the contest by a single game, which I will admit a part of me wanted to throw because it was really late and I wanted to not waste any more time with it. Yet at the same time, I found this to be an interesting concept. Instead of trying to justify your own tastes of a Rabbit Saviors character, why not try to justify somebody else's taste? It's an incredibly, significantly more compelling topic, at least in my eyes. That being said, I'm not particularly against Saguaro per se. I know this is pretty much heresy when it comes to the Tokasu fan club and could practically get me excommunicated in some sects, but I'm sure that Gracia feels the same way about Tokasu, right? Right? Anyway, the point is that perhaps through these endeavors we can explain just how much a waifu means to an individual and why that is the case. So, put aside our pastel colors and don our neon as we begin to break down the top 10 reasons why Saguaro is best girl of Rabbit Saviors. Reason number 1, explosive personality. As a person who personally believes that Tokasu is best girl, you would think that I'm more into the gentler personality traits, and while this is true, that does not mean that I cannot appreciate the inverse as well. Case in point, Saguaro's characterization. Practically every aspect of Saguaro in terms of how her character is made seems to be the equivalent of taking a recent college undergraduate suffering under immense student loan debt while also trying to balance more college and to get a better degree before promptly attaching them to a blood bag filled with a mixture of water and crack cocaine for setting them loose after a good dosage of LSD. Absolutely insane and raring for a kill. Every interaction she seems to have in the series gives off the vibe of a nuclear weapon that, despite not being set off, is still giving off so much radiation that you'd wish you were dead. Speaking of which, reason number 2, neon. As a person with autism spectrum disorder, I like bright colors. Like, a lot. I have a drawer full of brightly colored socks because I like that kind of stuff so damn if I turned down a glow-in-the-dark waifu that easily. A great advantage of having such a waifu is that if you're in an encounter with them that you two would probably not like me delving any further into, then you don't need to worry about the room being too dark because she's probably bioluminescent due to the fact that she's practically Chernobyl personified. Reason number 3, the Edgelord Factor. You cannot look at Saguaro and tell me that she isn't the one behind 95% of all the Burt strips ever made. Her chaotic energy displayed in normal life would no doubt bleed into the memes, making them edgier than the sharpest Dorito. This alone gets a win from me, since I find myself growing more and more cynical by the day, and almost basing my entire personality on how I can take something and make it absolutely terrible. You just look at that and say, wow, we don't want this person in society. We shall still applaud them from a distance. Reason number 4, has the same voice as Dirt Mama. That's right. Vinvox VA, the same person providing the voice of Terakage, also voices the person that we are currently trying to advocate a very toxic relationship with. Pun absolutely intended. I didn't even think about this until I was writing the video and somebody brought it up, and now I'm going to hear a hint of twisted maternity whenever I hear Saguaro's voice. Thanks a lot, dingus! Reason number 5, a fascinating case study. You see, I have a deep fascination with psychology. As a result, when you have an individual who is as much of an absolute nutcase as her, you could probably try to understand a lot about her psychology and make some sort of idea to present to the rest of the psychological world. You'll probably also have a bit of a challenge figuring out what's wrong with her while trying to avoid your own death, but you know your boy's up for a challenge. Reason number 6, good taste in music. If you tried to show somebody something by Stravinsky or Ligeti, they'd probably say something along the lines of, "What is this garbage? Who are you? Why are you in my house? Who let you in?" Saguaro, on the other hand, would probably take one look at this and say that it isn't heavy enough. She gives off the vibe of somebody who would listen to Black Angels to help her sleep. I know it's canon that she's more into intense varieties of EDM, but I'd imagine that any other form of harsh noise that my brother blasts from his old Saturn car with the crappy subwoofers and the worst EQ. Wait, Where was I? Oh yeah, right. Simping. Reason number 7. Allows you to be a populist. Okay, hear me out. Saguaro, as much as I hate to say it, has one of the most devoted and vocal fan bases of any Rabbit Saviors character. The only exception is maybe Shizen, but that's almost a single person and they've kind of learned when to shut up about it. Every single time a new person encounters Saguaro, the immediate reception is, yep, this is automatically my favorite character. No wonder why the fanservice for Saguaro was called a cult. Reason number 8, Dommy AF. It's almost certain that Saguaro would gladly step on you, whether or not you're a masochist. She's clearly a sadist and absolutely down to cause as much pain as necessary if it tickles her fancy on that particular day. So if you happen to be an absolute bottom, Saguaro is the one for you. Reason number 9, closest thing to goth GF. Out of all the characters in Rabbit Saviors, few are close to the goth aesthetic as Saguaro. She's got the black hair, the punk outfit, and probably has at least 2 body tattoos in various locations, almost all of which are either cacti or snakes. Therefore, I conclude that no character is as close to any form of goth as Snake Girl. Wait a minute. Tokasu's a pastel goth. Ah! Reason number 10. Boop the snoot. She's got a snake motif. Why the hell wouldn't you boop the snoot? It doesn't matter if you'll lose all your limbs in the process, it's the coolest thing to do. Even better, if you manage to count coup, then you'll walk away the legend of the school because you booped Saguaro and got away scot-free. So there you have it! 10 reasons why Saguaro is best girl. Okay, while these cases may be compelling to some, I have been deceiving you this whole time. Yes, this is indeed a chain game. The way this will work is that I will tag somebody else I know to advocate for a character that they would not consider their waifu, or husbando if you're a Kinarashi stan, but this is the point. That's right, Gracia. I was the winner all along. You want to know why? Because I'm tagging you! That's right. You are the first target of this chain challenge, and now you have to make a video about why Tokasu is the best girl in 2 weeks' time, or however long it took me to make this video, I don't know. It's been a while since I wrote the script. Regardless, you gotta make the video or you will lose the game! Also, I should probably clarify that you cannot fire back at me unless 7 other people have gone through this process as well. Lastly, it must be a genuine attempt to advocate for why this character is good, or yeah, or otherwise you cheat. No. Yeah, just also, derp, if you want to join in, by all means, it could be a fun video. But that's beside the point. Good luck to you, Gracia, and here's to you becoming a member of the Tokasu fan club.